Alright, boom, surprise. I did upload a second video this week. Felt really bad about just giving you guys the same deck back to back. It's cheating, right? So, doing Cayne Pirates. These are basically the only real two decks, I think. These are the two very, very powerful decks, but I haven't optimized the mill deck yet. I haven't figured it completely out. That being said, getting to the Pirates here. So obviously, using docked. I've come to realize you should really be using this like every turn. Try to optimize the hell out of that. Try to always get it going. This is now an aggro deck, more or less. It is so fast and so degenerate. It will completely cut your opponent off. So Hari, star of the show here. 3 of her. Hari's cool. Eats one of your opponent's chakra, gets you one. Good stats, good enough. Steal, that's really important. And she's a female. Hey, another female with steal. It's Mimi. She's pretty good. I thought she would be terrible, but, you know, she's pretty relevant. And then, of course, our 2 Nanami. Classic. Chad. Profile pic. This guy's great. This dude's actually probably a little busted. Play 3 of him. A lot of play sets in this deck. This deck is very easy to build because there's only so many Cayne Pirate. Hair worked its way onto my tongue there. There's only so many Cayne Pirates. So Leona, our healer, realize that she's really good, right? Because basically our 0 drops are not particularly strong. So we can just, if we have a Leona in hand, we can block on turn 0 or 1 or whatever, injure that guy, and then play out Leona, and then as long as we got a mana, we draw a card, basically. Really good. Okay, back to these. We got ourselves 3 Belladonna. She's better than I used to think she was. Or I should say, rather, there's abilities in here now that make her a little bit better. Then we got a play set of Argalia, of course. This card's really strong. It's even better now that you can play multiples of it. This is new. I love this card, though. Super aggressive. You can do so much fun stuff with Zeke. And he's got great stats. So really like him. And then, of course, you know the boy. The king. The captain. Yeah, Captain Cayne is so strong. Especially now that you can play multiples again. He's very powerful. Outlawed. This card I thought would be kind of whatever, but I sort of like it. Like, it pushes battle rewards early game, and that synergizes really well with Irresistible Rapture, which we'll see soon. And then late game, it's probably draw 2 cards. Pretty good. Camouflage Training is always draw 2 cards and more upside. Great card. Scourge of the Sea. Search your deck for a character with a turn count less than I think I've read this card before, but just a tutor basically. So draw power, tutor, and just the most busted card in the game. This card is so ridiculous. You must play 3 of this card. This card is so crazy. And I guess I'll touch on it now that I'm thinking about it, but comparing this to the Plagueis deck, big difference. Despite all the beautiful changes that I've made to the both of these decks, the Plagueis deck has yet to beat this deck. It's undefeated. This card literally beats turn 5 Belleros, Zoladar. Doesn't matter. Okay, so we never saw that dream turn play out quite like that, but I did really see Belleros, Zoladar into whatever Zoladar brought back. Didn't beat this deck. Didn't beat this, and there's one more offending card. Hungry Ambition is really cool because there's not a lot of energy generation in this game, and this kind of makes you the only one to have energy. It's also really good with docked. Gets you coins on it. Playing a playset of Micromon Shield. This card's super good, super defensive. This is just a crazy busted card. This card's really disgusting. Yeah, play this card. And then this card, new. I don't know why I wasn't using this before. It's very good. Requirement is anybody but Nanami. Search your deck for a pirate with a turn count less than your turn marker and put, excuse me, hiccups. Put it into the user's team in any position at the end of the turn. If it's still in play, move it to your hand. So basically, think about this. It's a way to use your ability or your energy to tutor any character in your deck, essentially. But also, they temporarily add their stats. And like late game, getting an additional Captain Cayne would be like the difference between damaging someone and killing them outright. So that's pretty cool. As for the sideboard, Zavidi ×2. If you want to get into kind of an energy control matchup, he's in, well, like go heavy into energy control, then he's cool. He's not a Cayne pirate, he's just a pirate. Drafiki. Drafiki is here not for the X-Spell, but for that first ability. Sfaramball is still a good sideboard 2 of. I don't honestly know if this guy is that good, but I put 2 of them in the sideboard here. Against Plagueis, I guess on turn 2, having 5 combat's actually kind of relevant because Plagueis is sort of weak. And 2 Brock, I don't really know when you'd want to put him in, but he was like the only Cayne pirate missing minus Small Fry, and I ain't running Small Fry. Just a few. This card's pretty good. There's several situations I think you would want to play this. And then Water Devil. I don't know how I feel about it. In theory, I really like it, but in practice, it is kind of awkward because it can only hit 2 drops or lower. But if you curve into this card, which is why there's 3 in the sideboard, because if you're going to put it in, I think you got to go all in on it. You got to curve into this and then into Irresistible Rapture, and I think that just instantly wins you the game if you do that exact 2 cards in a row. But I can't say I've made it happen yet, so I'll find out. But it hasn't been necessary. Like I said, just playing Irresistible Rapture or multiple Irresistible Raptures, you will win the game generally. I promise everybody who's watching this video that is the best card in this entire game right now. This is it. This is it. You gotta play it.